mission.
Hi, this is Joel Persinger. I'm the gun guy. Thank you very much for watching my channel. I'm very, very grateful. I'm still here at 2018 SHOT Show, and one booth I was not going to miss is the Taurus booth. As you know, I carry a Taurus Model 85 all the time, and I really like their guns. So Dustin has been kind enough to spend some time with me. They've got some very, very cool stuff. One of them is that. We'll get to that in just a minute. Anyway, what else have you got new for Taurus in 2018?
Thanks for coming by. So what we're at now is our new product location. As you see, we have a lot of stuff going on here.
You got stuff everywhere.
Yeah. So
now, is everything here new?
Everything here is new. So we have a lot of different handguns up here, a lot of variant of one, and then we got some new revolvers here we're going to talk about. We got some new polymer handguns, 1911s, and even some long gun stuff going on. But
well, we'll move around a little bit.
Absolutely. So here we're here to talk about
I'm a revolver
our
guy in my heart and soul. So all right. Sorry,
yes. No. You told me how much you like your 85.
I do. I like it a lot.
Let's start with this guy right here, which is the Taurus 856. It's basically your 85 with the addition of
with six.
Yes.
Oh.
You can carry one more now.
Now the size, it doesn't seem to be any bigger.
It is not larger at all. So what we've done is we've made a little bit more clearance for a larger cylinder to fit that extra round in. But now you can walk around and carry a little more power on you.
One more shot can oftentimes be the difference between tragedy and not.
Absolutely.
Especially since so many people around the country are carrying now.
Yes, carrying is very important. The Taurus model, you can look around and we have a lot of different models, whether it be a semi-auto, whether it be a a revolver to suit anyone's need. But we tend to focus on the carry conceal market a lot. It tends to be one of the strongest parts of our industry, and it's very important. Very, very.
Now,
important.
is this one all steel?
This is an all steel model right here. So it's yes, please.
Oh, wow. That feels lighter than my 85.
And it actually is. So it's 1 ounce lighter than your 85. You're getting a capacity increase of 1 more round.
I love the grip.
Yes, and good point. So our grip
cool.
is a very nice ergonomic contoured grip.
He wants it back. You see him going like this. He thinks I'm leaving.
Yeah.
It's tied down. I can't do anything with it. Let me give that back to you.
No, it's a very good gun. Here at Taurus, we've done a lot to work on the fit and finish of our revolvers. Earlier we were looking at them together, and you mentioned the tightness of it. When you look at the cylinder gap,
lock up really tight.
You almost can't see light through the cylinder gap.
Right.
So we've done a lot here at Taurus to finish off the fit and finish, to get the side plate flush with the frame here, and really ergonomics, just making it nice to carry.
Well, one of the criticisms that I hear about the older Taurus revolvers from 20 years ago or whatever is the fact that they don't, when they're cocked, they don't lock up real tight. There's a little too much give there, but this one is just tight as tight could be. And as you said, I start looking at the gap between the end of the forcing cone and the front of the cylinder. I mean, they're really. It's you might get a dollar bill in there, the edge of a dollar bill, but you certainly wouldn't get a business card in there. I mean,
exactly.
It's very, very tight.
A lot of what we're doing now is adjusting the gun in the assembly level rather than per part. So it really is much better. And even interchangeability and all that stuff. So not only are they nice and tight, but they're also interchangeable.
Very cool.
Absolutely. So we're also going to. What we have here is very unique, and new for us, and we're very excited about this. But we have the Taurus Tracker. This is in our Tracker series, but the 692. So this is a very unique gun. Go ahead and open it here. So what we have here.
No, wait a minute. What is 2, 4? Is that a 7-shot?
This is a 7-shot. We have a 9mm yoke assembly with the cylinder. Now, with the push of this button here, we can actually pull off.
So this gun is a 9.
It was a 9.
Okay, wait. Hold up.
You
have interchange.
If you hold this for
me,
that's a 9mm cylinder
with the little clips, right?
Yep. So what we do is we'll ship 2 moon clips with the gun.
Yep.
We call them stellar clips. 2 moon clips with the gun, so that you can have extraction of the 9mm. And then here we have a 357 Magnum cylinder.
Oh my goodness! And that's also 2, 4, 6, 7.
Same round count.
7-shot, 357 Magnum, interchangeable cylinders.
Yes, and so what you have here, you give a push to the button here, and we slip this back in. And what we've given the user is the ability to swap calibers with the same gun. So if you want to go 357, 9mm, all in one gun.
That is extreme versatility.
And then I want you to feel this grip.
Okay, I like that a lot.
Yeah.
How does it do that?
So what we've done is
You got these like little
we call
ridges
it,
or whatever.
We call it our ribber grip. But it's ribbed, and what it does is when you grab
moves.
it moves. It conforms to your hand.
Yeah.
So, you know, a lot of that material will conform to how you know, the size of your hand. You probably have a little bit larger hand than I do, so we wouldn't.
Yeah, but it's like a glove.
It does conform well. So it helps you, you know, if you're target shooting, it helps you hold that and become more confident with the gun. That's what we want to do.
That's very impressive. I mean, the gun's impressive in general, but the grip is it's a bit of a marvel. That's amazing. We
tend to keep the weight down on these guns. So,
I was going to say that's not as heavy. I've got a 357 Magnum, weighs a lot more than that.
Yeah.
That's not bad at all. I mean, it's, you know, it's a Magnum pistol. It's got a little weight to it, but it's not heavy at all. And I like the porting because that's really going to control the magnums and keep the barrel on target.
It does.
Wow, that's extremely cool. Now, which model is that again?
This is the let me make sure I have it right here. The 692, yes.
692 interchangeable cylinders, 357 Magnum or 9mm.
No, or
so
9mm.
You can run 357, 38, or 9 through this gun. One gun.
Yep.
Okay, that's extremely cool. All right, now look. So far, I'm very excited about what they have, but this is the Mac Daddy of them all, whatever it is. When I walked up to the booth, I looked at this and I went, okay, I don't know what that is, but doesn't it look cool? That looks cool. So you got to tell me what this is, because I don't know.
Yes.
That's extremely cool.
If you're familiar with the line of Taurus revolvers, we have our Raging Bull series, which you can also find a Raging Judge. So it's our large frame revolvers.
Right.
We took a gun about 2 or 3 years ago, and we took it to a high-known gunsmith, and we asked him to do some things for us. So what he did is he went and we put some Picatinny rails on top, we put some on bottom, we did a little bit of trigger work on it, and we took those guns out and we started messing with them. We went on some hunting trips. You know, we do a little magalog here at Taurus, and 2 years ago you could have saw me in there and I shot a gator with it. So maybe not the correct application, but
I don't know.
Yeah.
It killed the gator, didn't it?
It killed.
Well, there you go.
Did the
if it
job,
works.
yes.
Right.
You know, we actually put a little 4x magnifier long eye relief scope on it, and it wasn't. We were a few feet away, but it was very effective. We did some boar hunting and stuff like that.
Yeah,
but
cool.
You know, the handgun hunting market, I think that's something that's just could be really fun. You know,
what are the chamberings in this?
So this right here, what we have here is a 44 Magnum. So and we have that right here.
It'll definitely work on a gator or anything else, really.
Yeah, you know,
in North America.
Yeah, and we have a two-tone finish here. It's also available in all black, matte black. One thing that, you know, you mentioned how cool it is, and we're going to concentrate up here on the front where we have that Picatinny rail. We do have a ported barrel, and if you look closer, you actually see that there's a barrel liner in here. So this is actually aluminum. So this is a lot of things.
This shroud is aluminum, but the barrel is steel.
The barrel is steel, yes.
That's why it seems to balance really well.
Yes, it is. Yes, please.
Dude, the balance is right in the middle.
And you know, with
you
that
put
aluminum,
a little micro red dot or something on that.
Exactly, and we did that because it does offset the weight of any kind of optic you might put on the front.
Well, for a 44 mag, that's not a heavy gun. I mean,
it's not.
It's
it
balanced
really
well,
and
that's not a heavy gun at all.
You know, it does a lot for if you're carrying. So if you are a handgun hunter, you know, you're tending to try to get closer to your target. So
kind of goes with the territory.
Yeah, you know, you may not be sitting in the stand. So if you're, you know, trekking by foot, you know, if you're on the ground crawling, so. It's a much smaller package. We've taken some weight off, so again, you know, much easier to carry.
Now, what's going on with that?
I was just
got the little button on the front.
So with all of our Raging series,
I was looking at it earlier and I got all these questions. I probably had to just shut up and let the man talk. Oh, I'm sorry.
So you know, with all of our Raging series, and even with the Raging Hunter, we have a double lockup. So you have a lockup in the front and one in the rear.
For the cylinder.
For the cylinder. So we're locking up the front of the yoke and here back at the rear of the cylinder. For a nice tight,
super strong. Yeah.
Yes, and you know, we talk about fit and finish again. We're very tight on that cylinder gap. Again, I'm not sure if you can get the dollar bill in there.
I'm not sure you could either. I was looking at it earlier. I don't.
You know, tight cylinder.
And then if you go ahead and cock it, what I noticed earlier is
that's right.
I got the tag in the way. What I noticed earlier is that doesn't move. I mean, once it locks up, I mean, it moves, but it's imperceptible. I mean, it's so small. It locks up so stinking tight. That's like a bank vault, dude. I mean, that's really amazing.
Yes.
That's
you get
really
the adjustable iron sight on the rear, and of course,
and a rail to put whatever little optic you want on it.
Whatever you feel is necessary. So, you know, that pretty much rounds.
So this is my new pocket pistol.
Yes, please carry this.
Yes,
please,
absolutely. You have to have really deep pockets. I don't know how you draw it.
And, you know, one thing we haven't mentioned here, you know, Taurus, you know, the attractive thing about Taurus is not only we're coming out, we're starting to come up with innovative product, you know, and we always have, but, you know, with the fit and finish here, and then our price points, you know, with the A56, we're talking about an MSRP of $329.
Oh my. Yeah.
And it's a fantastic
and that's MSRP
revolver.
if you shop around.
Oh,
you know,
yeah, retail is, you know.
Yeah.
As we get towards the 692, we're talking about MSRP and 650.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And then here, you know, this is what we're really proud of. MSRP of just over $919.
Oh, wow.
So much gun here.
That's a lot of gun.
For $900,
yeah.
And like you said, retail, you know, is
and
a
retail,
different
who
story.
knows it's going to be lower, right?
And there's many things you can do with this.
Yeah.
I mean, the applications are endless with this. So
you put a lot of meat on the table with that thing, that's for sure.
yes. So
now you've got some new semi-auto products too, don't you?
we do have some new semi-automatic handguns. We can talk about some 1911s, some hammer-fired, and
I've
also
carried a 1911 for a long time. Can we go look at those?
let's do it.
Oh, okay. Hang on. We're going to go look at those. We'll be right back. We've shifted around a little bit. Now we're over here where we've got some brand new semi-automatic pistols, one of which is a commander style pistol.
Yes.
1911s are near and dear to my heart as well. So far we've hit two things I really love: revolvers and 1911s. Did you set me up?
Yeah.
or something?
I asked you to come.
Exactly. So what have we got over here?
Well, we have basically our 1911 line here. So new to Taurus, something that we've never had is the officer commander size. So these tend to be, again, the more popular 1911s because of the concealed carry ability of these, you know.
Right.
If you like that metal frame gun, 1911 is usually, you know, where you tend to go to.
Yeah.
Most people have a 1911. A lot of people make a 1911. Believe it or not, we make a really good 1911 at Taurus. You know, I'm very impressed with how tight our guns are, how smooth they are. That tends to be a lot of the 1911, you know, what came from Mr. John Browning. But, you know, I'm really proud of our 1911s. We have the new officer, we have the new commander. Here we have our full size. All these are single stack 45. We have the Novak cut. We do have, you know, the nice extended
You have an
safety.
extended safety. You've got the extended beaver tail for comfort back here.
Absolutely. You
On
know, we still have a lot
on
of
all
features.
of them, it looks like.
Yeah. You know, something that's really important to note it on a lot of our, I'll hold it for us.
Yeah.
On a lot of our newer 1911s is we're going more towards the spec, to the government spec of a 1911. You know, some of our previous models weren't so friendly to the aftermarket, you know, aftermarket barrels, slides, sights, and stuff like that.
Right.
But we're trying to get that back onto where people can get that gun and customize it to their liking.
Right.
So, you know, now we have the true Novak sight cut on top.
And people tend to do that with 1911s like they do with ARs.
Oh, man, yeah.
Every kind of aftermarket feature you can get.
You strip it down to the frame, you put what you want on it.
Right.
Absolutely.
And yet you still got the skeletonized trigger.
Yes.
You've got the extended safety. You got the nice, comfortable beaver tail on them.
Yes.
One of the things I saw when I picked up as I really liked was the real positive grip on either side of the slide and up here as well.
Yeah, our serrations are dug out pretty deep, living this, you know, a nice, you know, it's got some meat to it, but a nice little ridge there, which does provide a very natural, positive.
Yeah, because if you're a police officer or security officer, or you're just carrying it and you're in the rain, and your gun's wet,
yes,
you need to have these really to be very, very strong so you can grip it. And
absolutely.
I've experienced it where the gun's been wet and you see your hand wants to slip.
Yeah.
So these don't cut you, they aren't uncomfortable, but they're deep enough that they're really strong and
they
positive.
won't wear down your skin, your clothing.
Yeah, they're not going to beat you up, they're not going to grab you, they're not going to hurt you, but when you need to get a hold of it to rack the slide, you've got a really strong positive grip on it.
You're correct.
I found that that seems like a minor thing, but if you've carried one, as I have for many, many years, that's not a minor thing. That's actually a very positive thing.
You're correct. You know, some other things you can see here is, you know, we have our own side plate grip panel here. We have the nice new Taurus logo on there. We have our serrations, you know, on the frame, front and rear. So, you know,
that was the other thing I noticed too. I was looking at them earlier. Is a lot of times when people do this on the front strap, and it's not really called a front strap anymore. When when they do that, it can be overly aggressive. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Where it's uncomfortable. And these aren't. They're not understated, and they're not overly aggressive. So when I grip the pistol, it's a very comfortable grip. I don't feel like that's biting into my hand or going to tear my hand up shooting it.
Yeah, I agree.
So again, it's like kind of minor things, but they're, when you got the gun in your hand and you're shooting 300-400 rounds that day, it's not a minor thing.
And these guns, I like to shoot our 1911s. I think they're very smooth. Like I said, if I'm gonna hand it back to you and ask you to do a rack there.
Sure.
Just to see.
Oh, wow, it is smooth.
Yeah.
No, I hadn't done that. That is very smooth. There's no grit to that at all.
And then
it doesn't hang up. It's okay. That's really smooth.
It is.
Why do I get the feeling he wouldn't have handed it to me unless he thought I was going to be impressed by it? That's really smooth. It's almost like you guys, did you polish it, or what did you do?
No, it's straight off the machine. I just, I don't know if our 1911s get the respect they deserve.
Apparently not.
Yeah.
Apparently not.
So,
I was very impressed with them when I was standing here looking at them earlier. I truthfully, I've never thought of Taurus as a 1911 manufacturer.
I think you're right, yeah.
Until I came over and picked them up.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought, wow, that's impressive.
When I joined the company, I picked some up and shot them and said, this is good. I've worked for some companies that have done some nice 1911 stuff, but I'm very impressed with this. And again, we're talking about that price point that Taurus hits on. So you're talking about a very, our new product, our new 1911, Officer and Commander, both go at our suggested retail at $609.
Oh wow!
For 1911.
Yeah, that's very inexpensive.
Yeah, and we're talking about guns that are more towards the spec.
Now I don't know if they're available, and I live in the People's Socialist Republic of California, so they may not be there.
No, they're not going to be there.
If you're with me and you're a prisoner of California, I'm sorry. I can't get one either, so it is what it is. We're in the same boat, but everywhere else.
And the last thing to touch on is, we do these. This is our full size here. Again, 45, and we have a matte stainless finish, and and our grip plate here actually has a little bit of gray tone to it, which I think pairs with the stainless as well.
They just really have a really good feel to them. I mean, like I said, I love 1911s anyway, so it's hard to get me not to like a 1911, to be quite honest with you. But just the way the grip is, and the way you've knurled, or whatever you want to call it, the back and front strap, is just aggressive enough without being painful or without telling me
it does the job.
It does the job and no more. That's a great way of saying it. It does the job and no more.
This particular model here, you're going to get an ambidextrous manual safety, and it's just a really good gun all the way around.
Yeah. I should have made it to industry range day, media range day, and I didn't make it, so I didn't get to shoot one.
Sure. So that's our new this guy isn't so much new, but these are our new 1911s.
Now you got a bunch of little guys over there that we can't really see. Can you pull one over here?
Let's pull one aside, and this isn't so much new to the world. We actually released the Taurus Spectrum last year at SHOT Show.
Yeah,
and
I remember.
really good. Really good stuff happened here, with the release. We got a lot of attention. It's a fantastic gun. It's a fantastic shooter. We just started shipping recently, so, we took our time to make sure this pistol was right before it went out. So we didn't want to deliver something that we weren't proud of. So,
honestly, I have not shot one, but I have heard nothing but good about it.
We saw this opportunity as there are a lot of problems that we can solve with the Taurus Spectrum. So as we build our product spec out, we made a bullet point. These type of guns tend to be, a bear to shoot. They tend to feel like, I don't feel safe shooting it.
Or you don't feel right.
It's going to come out your hand, or and typically, this size gun, you purchase it, you get a nice self-defense round, you go put that, a box through it, and you say, I hope I never have to shoot that again.
And that's the problem, and that's one of the things I talk to students about. If you've got a gun that you don't like to shoot, you'll never practice with it, and then it's supposed to be used to save your life.
Exactly.
And then you have to think about how it works, or no, it's got to be something that you like to shoot and you shoot often.
Yeah, and we've hit on the concealed carry a lot. A lot of people get into the firearms industry through concealed carry, so they feel like they need protection, and they may not actually be a weekend range warrior or something like that. So they're purchasing something to do a job, and that's to protect them. So we want to be able to make sure that we've made a product that person can take to the range and build the confidence that they know they can use it in that time. Yeah. So to take it to the range and to shoot a box of ammo through it and say, I never hope I have to use that again, to me it's not settling. Yeah. You're not comfortable with it, obviously.
No, obviously, because you
haven't put the practice in to know that you can take this and you can, if you have to get in an unfortunate circumstance to use it, that you feel that you can do it.
Yeah,
and
you shoot it all the time.
yeah,
Right.
And we want you to be the one to come out of that scenario.
Right,
So that's
exactly.
why we put our heart and soul into these products.
You know,
so.
they come in a whole bunch of different colors and like that.
Yeah,
together
you know,
there,
the Spectrum hence the name. It comes in a whole lot of different colors.
Yeah.
And the idea there, you know, we have the black on black. If colors offend you, that's
Yeah.
fine. You know, black guns matter. You know,
yeah.
and you know, they're in the
You
stores.
can ship one to Yuma though for me, and I'll review it for you out there if you want to.
Do that.
We're
yeah.
happy to do it, and we'll
yeah.
ship it back to you.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that
you
would
can
be
do a
kinda-
nice
that'd be a
review
fun
for
thing to
us.
do, too.
Absolutely. I think
Now,
you'll love it.
I have a question for you that's not related to that, and it's related to your wall.
Yes.
One of the things I noticed is you have long guns up there.
We have some long guns up there.
I don't
yes.
think of Taurus as a rifle company.
You know, and you know no. And the reason is we have a few other brands in our portfolio. So we see some long guns back here, and that's our Rossi brand. So
Oh, can
you
we
know,
look at those?
Absolutely.
Okay, let's do it. We're
do
going to
it.
go look at those. We'll be right back. I saw these from afar. Okay. I really like rimfire type rifles in general, as you know, because if you watch my channel, you've seen me shoot a million of them. And these were very intriguing to me. So what is it we have on this wall?
Yeah, so when you look at our Rossi brand and what we have going on here, we have a whole list of new long guns here. So all rimfire, like you said.
Yeah.
We have a semi-auto, and then we have a few bolt actions here. Our semi-auto is a 22 LR. This particular bolt action right here is a 22 LR, and we get a little bigger, a little longer. We get the 22 Magnum, and then down here we have 17 HMR, which is
That's extremely cool.
yeah, very popular around these
Yeah, that's very
days. So bolt action, you know, it's a typical bolt action. Excuse me. It's smooth. Got nice locking bolt with the 22 LR and both of these, the semi-auto and the bolt action. You have iron sights. We have a 3/8 dovetail cut on each of these.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
The rear sight will actually fold down and go forward, and allow you to get, you know, for a little more scope of
And
accountability.
you've got
you know,
little fiber
size.
optic sights on them, looks like.
Fiber optic sights,
Yeah, nice and bright.
Yes, they are. You know, this is these are particularly for, you know, introducing kids into
Kids to
the
shooting,
yeah,
sure.
kids.
yeah,
Yeah,
my kids learned to shoot on 22s, and
Yeah.
so did I when I became
Yeah. And,
I
you know,
started shooting when I was 5. My dad taught me how to shoot on a 22, so that's a pretty common way to learn.
You know, a
when
lot
you're
of
kid.
people come through something like this.
Yeah, exactly.
So we got the, you know, bolt action if we don't want to get into the semi, maybe they graduate to a semi-auto. All of these rifles here are magazine fed. The capacity on a 22 LR is 10 rounds.
Oh, even
And
the bolt guns are magazine fed.
bolt guns are magazine fed as well, yep. External magazine that you insert. The 22 Magnum and the 17 HMR are 5-round magazine fed.
Now here's I'm just going to share with you.
Yeah.
Here's the thing that startled me when I walked up here. In case you don't know what I'm pointing at, I'm looking at the price tag on these things. Now I'm old and my eyes don't work, so correct me if I'm wrong. $139
That is $139
for the semi.
Yes, sir.
$179. And I'm,
179.
like I said, I'm blind. What is that? Is this one $179 as well?
It is, yes. So 179 for our bolt action, and then our semi-auto here is 139.
And that's MSRP.
That's MSRP.
That is astounding.
It is great.
That's
So,
actually, those are great price points.
It
for
is,
this.
you know.
May I pick one up?
Please.
Oh, wow, that's great for kids. That doesn't weigh anything.
And you know, we worked with Rossi to do a lot of stuff on the grip here. Excuse me, not the grip, but the stock. Yeah. So we've added some texturing here where it counts. We've done a little bit of relief here for your front arm. We've adjusted. We like to say we put the comb height where it should be, and the length of pull should be right where it should be.
Yeah.
So you know, it serves a youth purpose as well as, you know, an adult purpose.
Sure.
So you know, I think
It also just, honestly, the way you've done the checkering or whatever you want to call it here, and it just looks cool. Like I said, you know, there's a certain cool factor to guns when they look cool.
Yeah,
This one
I tend
really
to,
looks cool.
you know, push the development team to really concentrate on that. So again, make it something that's aesthetically pleasing. When the purchase at the counter, you know, whether it be the aesthetics, but the way it feels, the smooth action. But you know, at 139 price range, that'll help
How do you
influence
beat
a lot.
that? Yeah, you bet.
Yeah.
They should move a lot, absolutely.
So
Thank
new this
you.
year.
These are new.
These are brand new for Rossi.
So everything at this part of your booth is all new.
All new, yes. So
How many? I mean, good, you're talking 30, 40.
Yeah, we have a
New
lot going on
products.
here. Yeah, so we
Yeah.
have a little bit of repetition with different SKUs and stuff like that. I
Sure.
mean, but when you break it down, we're talking almost a dozen new products.
Wow.
We're
Wow.
excited this year. I think.
This is a great year.
Yeah, bringing a lot to
Yeah.
the 2018, and you know, growing our product offering. You know,
Yeah.
it helps us become more versatile in what we
Now,
can be.
are these available now?
These are available. I believe they're shipping this week or next week. So you'll see these in the store this week or next
Yeah,
week.
in
so
the next week or two.
yes.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Dustin, thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thanks for
It's been a
coming
joy
by.
chatting with you, and I appreciate you showing me the great stuff.
Yeah, thank
I may
you.
walk around and look at some more if you don't mind.
Please do, please do. I mean,
Yeah,
some
I've
of
got
the
a-
old product is still.
I got about 20 minutes before I got to be at my next interview, so I might wander around
Yeah,
in the
please
meantime.
do. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you again. I really appreciate your time. Great stuff. You guys are doing great stuff.
Thank
so
you. Thank
I'll be talking to you soon, I hope.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for watching. Stick around. I've got more coming from SHOT Show 2018 in a few minutes. In the meantime, be safe.